Hey guys, Sinister here at Bad Company Gaming, and this is my review of the Battlefield Hardline Beta. It's been just a blast. I believe it's still going on. I really hope it's still going on because I'm giving out a beta code. But yeah, it's honestly just been a blast. I've had more fun playing this beta than I've had playing Battlefield 4 in months, and that is definitely a good thing when you can have more fun playing on the same map over and over and over than you can have playing on a very wide array of maps on Battlefield 4. For sure, that is definitely a very good sign. So what are some things that I think about it? Well, first off, I would like to note that Visceral is doing an excellent job at this beta. I mean, heck, this is 5 months ahead of launch, and it's really playable. It really is enjoyable to play. It feels just as good as Battlefield 4, if not better. In a lot of ways, it is better even. But, you know, it's a beta, there's weird glitches. In fact, I mean, there's already been, heck, 2 patches out for this beta, so they're definitely cranking away at patches and updates and things of that nature. They're definitely working on some of the late kills and things of that nature. And here pretty quick, we're going to have just an amazing product to play. So, with that said, this is 5 months ahead of time. You know, limited weapons, limited maps, you know, it's a beta, and that's all it was ever meant to be, so it's already going to be nowhere near as good as a full Battlefield game. But if I were to compare the Battlefield 4 beta to the Battlefield Hardline beta, I would take Hardline day after day after day after day. So, what are the bad things about it? Because this is good, bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll start at the bad, go to the good, and then the ugly. The bad, well, it is on the Frostbite 3 engine, which means that its netcode is a little shaky. I believe, though, that the beta was running on 10 Hz tick rate instead of the recently updated in Battlefield 4 30, so it wasn't quite as crisp as it could have been. But if it is running on the 30 Hz tick rate, by the way, go ahead and leave me a comment down below so that I know about that. But I do believe it is running on the 10 Hz tick rate, and you know, it makes sense. Like I said, it's a beta. They got a lot of work to put in before this is a final product, so I'm not hating at all for that being the case. Now, we are limited to only playing one map in 2 game modes, Heist game mode and Blood Money. Let's talk about the game modes for a second. Okay, so Heist game mode is sort of like a weird twist on Rush. If the criminals get a hold of the cases, they have to take them to drop-off locations, and at that point they've secured that case, and there's 2 of them, and once they secure that second case, they win the game, but they have tickets much like a Rush game. I don't really get it. I don't like it. The reason I don't like it is because as soon as the criminals get that crate into a car, it's over. Especially on the last drop-off point, because all they have to do is get into the elevator and secure that they're getting to the top of the building. So unless you happen to have a roof camper on one of the other roofs and they can zip line across, you're pretty much just stuck giving them the win at that point. So I much prefer Blood Money to play over Heist, generally speaking. Now, Heist has had some great moments with bolt actions. If you didn't watch my live gameplay on Heist, then that's sort of what I'm referencing. It is fun bolt action gameplay on Heist, but I haven't found the gameplay experience of Heist to be anywhere near as enjoyable consistently as Blood Money. So Blood Money works, it's kind of like a twist on a small conquest game mode, or perhaps even domination. You have a center safe in the middle of the map, and both teams can get at it to collect cash and take it back to their vaults. Now, each team can raid the other team's vaults repeatedly, and in fact, anytime that I lose the match, it's usually not because my team is slacking on getting money from the safe. It's because the other team is robbing our vault instead of going for the safe, which is a very valid tactic. I mean, it's built right into the game. That's definitely how it is intended to be used, but it definitely feels like I lose a lot more often to that than actually just having the team slacking on getting cash. Now, I mentioned in one of my live gameplay commentaries that I am not very effective at moving the money amongst the map, so for the most part, I stick to keeping the center area clear or keeping one of the vaults clear, and assisting on raiding the enemy team's vault when we need to. When they have like 4.7 mil and we've only got 1.5, we need to be raiding their vault to take their take their cash down just a little bit. And whenever that situation arises, I'll definitely help my team push forward and raid their vault. But I usually do not carry any cash unless I know I can get into a vehicle almost immediately, because I seem to die a heck of a lot more moving cash than when I'm not moving cash. So for the most part, I just kind of stay away from that and stick to what I'm good at, which is killing with my M16A3. Yes, the M16A3 is back, and it is back with a vengeance. So the AKM has returned. I believe that was in a previous Battlefield game, and this time it's packing 7.62 rounds. Now, everything in the beta is subject to change. Mechanics, weapons, pistols, heck, even maps and game modes can change from this beta on, considering that they have 5 months of development time before this thing launches. So there's definitely a lot that can and will change in between now and the launch of this game. So yeah, I can't bet on the M16A3s being around then, because it's going to be really tricky for them to balance it, as they found out in Battlefield 3. It just doesn't work that well to try and balance this gun out because of its reload and its rate of fire and its accuracy. It's kind of a nightmare. So the ugly bits about Battlefield Hardline. Okay, when the crane falls over, good freaking gosh, the screen shake, it feels like the whole town is going to come down in a freaking earthquake. It is terrible. Trying to hold a firefight while that thing is going down is impossible. And while the crane does look cool, the screen shake can be felt from 400 meters away, and you still cannot hold a decent firefight. I think that, honestly, if you're at least 100 meters away, you shouldn't be able to feel that stupid thing coming down until after it actually hits the ground, not the continuous rumble of screen shake that you get for about a minute straight whenever it starts to fall over. So that is definitely an ugly aspect of this game, and not a good or bad. Another ugly bit is the survivalist upgrade for the operator class. If you guys haven't seen this used, I give up. I've used it because everyone else is using it, and it's just such an overpowered perk. You'd be stupid not to take advantage of it while it's in beta, because I almost guarantee you it's going to be tweaked or eliminated in the final version of the game. But basically how it works is you carry around an adrenaline pen, and whenever you go down, as long as it wasn't a headshot, an explosive, or blunt force trauma, aka road kills and fall damage, whenever you die from those things, it doesn't work. But if you get shot in the chest, the leg, the foot, anything of that areas, of those areas, I guess I should say, you can revive yourself with this adrenaline pen. You get a really wonky looking animation, and you just stab yourself with that EpiPen in the arm, and you are good to go. I guess it wouldn't be an EpiPen then at that point, whatever. An adrenaline pen, you stab yourself with it, and then you stand up, you're good to go, you get back up, you kill people. They usually didn't notice that you started getting the interesting looking animation on the ground, and you're most likely going to pop up right behind them and laser beam them in the back with bullets, and they're never going to know where the heck you came from. So that mechanic is the most broken mechanic I've seen in a first-person shooter in a very, very, very long time. I don't know why Visceral thought that this was going to work out, but it isn't, and I'm just letting that known. I'm letting that be known right now, that I absolutely hate this mechanic and everything that it stands for. I also hate the armored attack truck. That stupid thing has got like it's like a massive freaking cannon on the roof, and you can feel splash damage from that thing like 20 yards away. It should do really good direct impact damage, yes, but the splash damage is way overkill, and it also has a machine gun which you can use to swat down choppers. It's basically just a tank that moves a lot faster and is a heck of a lot more agile. So that said, the attack truck really freaking annoys me. The choppers and everything seem to be nicely balanced. The guns are pretty well balanced. The Uzi is just a freaking overpowered hand cannon, so that will need to be toned down a little bit for the final version of the game. But the AKM, the M16, the G36, the shotguns are always imbalanced because of the shotgun, bolt actions, DMRs, all that. It feels really nice. So hope that you guys have enjoyed my review of the Battlefield Hardline Beta, and hope that you guys win that giveaway. Take it easy.